YouTube? Danny Stanton here on the Daily Dan Blog, back with another comic book review. And just like I promised you, I got something good this time. Well, maybe the art's not going to be so good and the story's not going to be so good, but I've been down that cover rules. It's Charlie Angels versus the Bionic Woman. And it should be Charlie's Angels meets the Bionic Woman because they tend to team up in this comic book. It's got the original Charlie's Angels in it. And why I bought it, and this is the big one, it's got Jamie Summers in it, and they're featuring original art of the original Bionic Woman and the original Charlie's Angels. This is the second one of these comic books I picked up. You can see me review another issue of this here on the Daily Dan Blog. So let's get started, guys. Inside the front cover, we get really cool Charlie's Angels art from back in 2019 when this comic book series launched. And you can see that right here. Sadly, since this issue number 2, we'll just have to pick up mid-story, where Jamie Summers, the Bionic Woman, and Charlie's Angels are both investigating a series of warehouse robberies. At this point in the warehouse, I was taking in issue 1, all that good stuff we missed. They did all the tracking the bad guys down and wound up in the same place, and now they're going one-on-one with the 3 criminals that we call womankind. Oof. So in full panels, brought to you by the Daily Dan Blog. 3 criminals with masks break into a warehouse. 3 criminals with masks steal priceless objects. 3 criminals with masks evade Charlie's Angels. And the Bionic Woman. How the hell you evade the Bionic Woman? Because you can run really fast, I guess, if you're dressed like womankind from the WWE. Jamie's upset. And if you give credit where credit's due, Dynamite Comics has awesome commercials, that's right. You gotta dig the vengeance of Vampirella when you check out this really cool set of comic books. And you get whatever the blue heck this is, or some Vampirella history. I bet Michael Morone will want to read the Vampirella history. I better keep that in frame and move a little slow on that, right? Pause that and read it, Michael Morone. Pause it and read it. You know, it really is cool that you break into a warehouse to steal some tiny little balls. But these tiny little balls have the power. You can throw one of these suckers and they'll go right through a tree. They're the balls of power. You know, I think that's what Charlie's Angels and the Bionic Woman would want. Balls of power. So the story rolls on with Charlie's Angels on the case of the missing balls. Oh my God. Charlie's Angels track the womankind trio through the woods. We found a clue. So in full panels brought to you by the Daily Dan Blog, I bring you some of the worst art that ever existed in a comic book. As we take on Charlie's Angels meets the Bionic Woman. And they're tracking down warehouse robbers. And if anybody can tell me what the hell is going on in this panel, I'll be glad to narrate it. But it looks like some kind of little computer-y device got set up right here, and now it's shorting out, and now, boom, they blowed up a car. I wonder if anybody was in that car, because they did not show anybody in the car. But anyway, the Bionic Woman's on the case, and she's looking for clues. Charlie's Angels whip out the old cell phone and call old Bosley. Look, they made Bosley look all young. You know, Bosley's supposed to be an old guy. Bosley wasn't young like that. Anyway, Bosley done picked up the Charlie's Angels. He taking them back over to the training camp for some reason. Meanwhile, back at the training camp, Jamie Summers, the Bionic Woman, in training, learning how to use her bionic abilities, learning how to use her superpowers, learning how to fight. What? She already knew that, didn't she? In full, repetitive, irritatingly drawn, horrible scenes brought to you by the Daily Dan Blog. You see Jamie Summers meet up with Charlie's Angels. You see Jamie Summers in the Charlie's Angels training. You see them talking. You see the most boring set of panels you could find in a comic book. Hey, guess what? We do paperwork here. We work on typewriters. We write reports. We click. I want to pull my hair out. The inside of this comic book so bad, even Bosley wants to slide out a back door and go somewhere and hide. And hell, we're going to get a wonderful shot of the girls in front of the mirrors putting on their makeup. I'm just in time to barf. Oh my God. And then we get the wonderful scenes of Jamie Summers using her bionic eye to look through windows at papers on an empty office desk. Oh my God, Jamie, just go in there and take a look. There ain't nobody there. And she did. And now we get commercials. We get commercials for Black Terror, a comic book series from 2019 that I have never heard of. But apparently Black Terror has some really cool comic book covers. I love a good commercial for a good comic book. I'll have to check out the Black Terror because it looks a lot better than this crap I'm looking at right now. But you gotta admit, the cover's awesome. I think it's a lot better than that last Charlie's Angels comic book cover I did where the Bionic Woman meets Charlie's Angels. That's an original Charlie's Angels, and this was the last Bionic Woman's I did. So you see, I've got a couple of these Charlie's Angels Bionic comic books going off already. Well, anyway, we know what time it is. Around about the middle of the video, I usually try to throw a few shout-outs in, and let's do a special shout-out to my man, Thrash Pondo Puns, my partner in crime. Another special shout-out to Pat McCormick at the Golden Rage of TV, my personal hero, and the leader of our good stuff community, the great Dave Sunstorm. Be sure to check out Dave Sunstorm on YouTube, as well as his incredible brother, Steven Sunstorm. And now for the good stuff guys list. Let me give a special shout out to Retro Nerd Girl. My flock is everywhere. The Nostalgia Podcast Guy. Hey, Nostalgia Podcast Guy Chance, thanks for the really cool cards you sent me. Corey's Comedy Channel, because Corey is king of comedy. Big Guys 45, BK on the air. And a special shout out to my friend Eric over at Paranormal Highway. Even though he's not one of the good stuff guys with all these good stuffs, he is the king of the Paranormal Highway, and you can see me on there later today. Wow, I'm going to be on Paranormal Highway. And not that you people out there care, but here's a quick look at the cards I got from Chance over at the Nostalgic Podcast. Yeah, he sent these out to me. They're incredibly cool Grease trading cards from back in the day. I'd be all happier if they were Star Trek trading cards or Battlestar Galactica trading cards, but I guess these days you have to take what you can get. So in full panels brought to you by the Daily Dan blog, we return to the story. And the story rolls on with Jamie talking over the balls theft with Oscar. Jamie getting upset with Oscar. Jamie saying Oscar's a what? A dick. Same over here at the Angels headquarters. The Angels are talking it over with Bosley about the balls theft and how they can get their balls back. The balls of power. Oh my God, it's really, truly the balls of power. Charlie's Angels and the Bionic Woman are searching for balls of power. Frankly, I think this comic book might do a lot better if they spent less time talking about it and consoling each other and discussing what they're gonna do and maybe get off their asses and get out there and try to find the balls. Oh my God, Charlie's Angels are getting on my nerves. Well, once again, this really small Dynamite comic book, because they're not known for having a lot of pages in them, this really short Dynamite comic book has answered no questions. Jamie Summers was searching. Jamie Summers was looking. Jamie Summers heads out towards an old warehouse to have a look around. Again, maybe you missed a clue. And this irritating comic book, I swear to God, actually ends like this, with this one panel of the Charlie's Angels busting Jamie Summers, checking out something she shouldn't be checking out. And the art in this comic book, once again, let me point out, is second rate. Looks like some Japanese karaoke stuff. Okay, what do you call that Japanese stuff? Is it called anime? It looked more like an anime comic book, like it was drawn by some little Japanese guy. Anyway, Michael Marone, here's some reading from the Dynamite Dispatch. You can check out the Dynamite Dispatch. And maybe, who knows, maybe one day I'll buy another one of these books and we can find out what happens next. Even though the last one I did was actually in front of this one. I probably slaughtered that one. Oh, why not? We're going to have one of the hottest painters in the world cover art, Lucio Parellio, or whatever the heck. And he ain't coming in cartoon, you can have some really cool Vampirella art drawn by this goof. Okay, I called a guy a goof, but good God, he's a great artist. Is he not a great artist? His Vampirella comic books stand out. They pass the test of time. There's a couple of things about this art I really like. I just can't put my finger on what it is, even though I'd probably like to put my finger on it. And I've never heard of this one, so I probably won't be checking it out no time soon, but it's got some pretty good art on the cover at least, and it's called Chastity. It's called Chastity. Oh, I bet this video don't get a lot of views. This is going to be one of the cases where the commercials kill the algorithm, because they're not going to want to push a video with a lot of half-naked, hot-stuffed girls running around when Vampirella and Red Sonja team up to... I ain't going to say that. Now, this is my kind of comic book right here, guys. This is it. It's the return of Johnny Quest, uncut, uncensored, and remastered. You can't go wrong with Johnny Quest. Red Roof. Sound like a place you go to eat a hamburger, don't it? Red Robin, Red Roof. Anyway, you got some superheroes called the Red Roof family. It looks like a ripoff of something. It looks, Shazam ripoff or something. I have no use for this comic book whatsoever. And apparently you can get this comic book with lots of different covers. Wow. You can get the one I have. You can get the Jim Moffat cover, which is really anime-looking crap. Or you can just get this shit in black and white, which is even more dismal. And the same with this issue down here. You can get the Virgin Incentive and... what garbage. And here's a list of the people you can blame for the bad art in this comic book. You should write each one of these artists a letter and tell them, hire new artists. Your stories suck, your art sucks, but damn, your covers are cool. And talk about TV shows from 2019 that I missed. Stan Lee's Alliances of Trick-a-Lot. That was a TV show? An Audible original, and I never heard of it. So that's my quick look at Charlie's Angels versus the Bionic Woman. Number 2 from 2019, a Dynamite original. I have to give credit where credit's due. I love the cover. I love the original Jamie Summers, Lindsay Wagner face art on the cover, as well as the original Charlie's Angels making an appearance. I can't wait to hang it on the wall, but the book is crap. The art is crap. The story is crap. And, well, that's the way it goes. Good cover, crappy comic. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And until next time, this is Danny Staten on the Daily Dan Blog. Be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. And join me next time when I promise you the next one will probably be a bigger piece of crap. Oh, my God.